Hello and welcome to a line art video. Today I am doing line art for a future piece of Abigail from Stardew Valley. While I was sick with bronchitis, one of the things that I was doing the most, besides working, was playing the new Stardew update. I've been playing Stardew maybe since near it first came out. So I was really excited about the new update. And so far it's been a lot of fun to play. I'm excited for it. I've even started playing with my sibling Aaron, and we run a farm together every once in a while. But yeah, I'm looking forward to finishing this, and I'm looking forward to playing more Stardew Valley in the future. So thank you for watching me line art this picture and talk about my life, I guess. Hello, it is Tree Sprite, and today we are doing another coloring video. This time, Abigail from Stardew Valley. One of the things that I was doing a lot for a good period of time was playing this game because the new update had come out. So I would play with my sibling Aaron, and I've just played this game a lot ever since it came out, and I just enjoy it. And the new things added to the update are fun to play as well. And one of the things that I was attempting to do before the update came out was reach perfection. I have a side account on here, Tree Sprite Media, where I was uploading videos with progress updates of that. And now that the update came out, I feel like I've had to start a new farm, just to get perfection. But anyway, my intent with that is just to finally, finish the game and, just play it when new updates come out. And when I very first started playing Stardew Valley, my spouse was Abigail. So I was kind of intending on romancing every single dateable option, just so that way I could finally experience for myself that one cutscene. When you're dating all the dateables and they like have a pool party or whatever, or their like little hangout. But the end goal was to marry Abigail again, just to kind of like experience that first time playing again, but also have it be like a new thing for me, because I've done playthroughs before where I've romanced all the dateables, but I never went through with trying to get that extra cutscene. Anyway, I feel like I should note that when I was drawing this, I decided to take inspiration not just from her like full sprite picture, but also her like little standing sprite, because she has that bow in her standing sprite, but like not her headshot sprite. So this was my attempt of like combining the two together to make my own thing. And coloring this was pretty simple. But also, I recorded this in 1x speed instead of 3x speed, so that's fun. Anyway, I'm intending to play more Stardew Valley sometime soon, maybe after my life is less busy, and when it comes out on the Switch, I'll probably just continue playing my, like, years-long Switch playthrough, because I don't just play this game on my computer. I also play it on my Switch every once in a while, when I'm not playing Pokemon. Anyway, this is the final picture. I hope you enjoyed listening to me ramble about this game, and I'll see you next time. Hello, it's Tree Sprite, and today we are going to be doing line art of Alex from Stardew Valley. If you're new here, I've done most of the Bachelors and Bachelorettes of Stardew Valley. I have line art for each of them and coloring videos for each of them. The only ones I haven't gotten to yet is Leah, Harvey, Elliot, and Maru. If you're interested in any other character, I've done them. They are on my page. Also follow along because I post every single day. Even though TikTok's been suppressing my content lately, so that's fun. That's fun. Nothing like working hard on a video and only getting 3 views because TikTok is suppressing content. That's great. That's great. I don't really have all that much to say about my line art process anymore. It's very straightforward, and I do it the same way every time. I just pick a direction to make the lines thicker on. This time, it's the left side. But sometimes I forget and put it on the other. Hello, it's Tree Sprite, and today I'm going to be coloring Alex from Stardew Valley. If you're new here, I've done most of the Bachelors and Bachelorettes, except for Leia, Elliot, Harvey, and Maru. They're next. They're coming. It's just taking a while. I don't upload everything at once because I feel like people get bored. So if you like any of those characters, or the ones I did not mention, the ones that I did not mention are on my page somewhere. So, I feel like I should also mention that I messed up when I was recording this video because I can't get rid of that text. My bad. I hate it here. Why is that a thing? I do like how Alex came out. I've never romanced Alex, I'm not going to lie, but I don't hate him. I think he's an okay character. I think he's for the men. I'm not going to lie. Hello, it's Tree Sprite, and today we are going to be doing some line art of Elliot from Stardew Valley. I've once again never married Elliot, but I have no bad feelings about him. I think he's a good character, and I enjoy his journey of becoming a better author throughout the game. Well, not throughout the game, but his heart events. Personally, I do think he works well with most other characters, but his non-canonical but canon partner is supposed to be Leia because they're always at like flower dances and stuff together. But I don't know how those two would actually meet. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know if they ever have days they meet up and do the same things like the other characters do. But, well, it is what it is. I don't know. Hello, it is Tree Sprite, and today we are coloring Elliot from Stardew Valley. We just got 2 more bonus characters, and then I've drawn all the Bachelors and all the Bachelorettes. I didn't mention this in my first video, but you know what I think is really funny? Elliot's the only character that has a side view portrait instead of the front view or 3/4 views that the other Bachelors and Bachelorettes have. And I just think that's kind of funny. And that's why I decided to draw him still facing a profile instead of from the front, because I think it's funny. I'm looking forward to having this series done. We may revisit Stardew Valley another time. Once again, let me know what you want me to visit next. Thank you! Hey, it's Tree Sprite, and today we are going to be doing line art of Emily from Stardew Valley. I don't think I've ever married Emily before in Stardew Valley. I do like her character quite a bit, and I definitely need to save her from Clint, but I guess I'll do that as her bestie. Be like, girl, make better choices, please. Please don't marry this man. He's a stalker. Go marry Sandy, please. Just don't marry Clint. The way before the update, I would refuse to crack any geodes with Clint. I would specifically go out of my way to save all my geodes for the geode crusher, and then I would craft that and then be able to crack my geodes. Because the only business I'm gonna give that man is upgrading my tools, but now that the updates come out, you gotta see him every time you get one of those mystery boxes, so I might as well give him my geodes if he's gonna have to be able to crack the mystery box anyway. Now, when I was originally drawing this, I wasn't happy with the placement of her eyes, so that is why the paper is moving, and then I just basically flipped the paper over and drew the same eye on the other side. And I don't know how to feel about it, but it's better than before, so I can't argue with that. So I don't know if I'll do this technique again. just because I don't know how to feel about it. Next time I'll just erase it and redraw it, I guess. But I do enjoy how she looks on this page with, like, Shane, like all the other bachelors. I like how they look. Hey, it's Tree Sprite, and today I'm going to be coloring a picture of Emily from Stardew Valley. I've already colored that picture of Shane, and this should be coming up way after that was released. And of course there's another video on my page of me doing the line art of these two. So far I've done most of the Bachelors and Bachelorettes except for Haley, Alex, Leah, Elliot, Maru, and Harvey. So far I've not done any of those. So if there's a character you like in particular, I probably have a video on my page somewhere of those, but not the ones I just mentioned, so we'll get there. As for Emily, I think she's a fun character. Have I married her actually in the game? No. I also think she's cutest with Sandy. I don't think she's that cute with Clint. I think he's gross. Ugh. I go out of my way to avoid him. Hello, it's Tree Sprite, and today we are going to be doing line art of Haley from Stardew Valley. If you're new here, I have done Emily, Shane, Alex is gonna go with Haley. I've done Sebastian and Abigail, and I think that's it. We still need to do Maru, Harvey, Leah, and Elliot. I'm pretty sure those are the only ones we have left. Just swing by my page and look around if you have a favorite character that you wanted to see me draw. But, I love Haley. She's so girly pop. I love her. I like it when a girl's mean to me. I also like seeing her character growth from being like, ew, farmer, to, yeah, I could get down with a farmer. I've specifically been enjoying watching my friend play Stardew Valley for the first time, and specifically buy it just to romance Haley. They're so real for that. But here's the line art for now. We'll get to the coloring soon. Hello, it's Tree Sprite, and today we are going to be coloring Haley from Stardew Valley. If you're new here, I post videos every single day. They just don't always get pushed out because of TikTok or whatever social media platform suppressing content, so that's fun. But also if you're new here, I've done most of the Bachelors and Bachelorettes of Stardew Valley. The only ones we haven't got to are Harvey, Elliot, Leah, and Maru. So if you like any of the other characters, they're probably already on my page, and I also upload line art processes if you're interested in seeing me line art this. Anyway, I like Haley. I don't care that some people don't like her. I think she goes through an interesting arc of learning to care more for different things. Well, time to go to work. Hello, it's Tree Sprite, and today we are doing line art of Harvey from Stardew Valley. If you're new here, we've done most of the Bachelors and Bachelorettes. We're just missing Leah and Elliot now. And possibly 2 bonus characters. We'll see. We'll see who those are. Unless you've watched my sketchbook tours, then you're already spoiled. Just like Maru, I think you could ship Harvey with any of the other Stardew Valley Bachelors or Bachelorettes. I don't really have much to say about his heart events. They're just kind of standard. Maybe he would be more interesting if he had more. I don't know. I've personally never married him or Maru in Stardew Valley. I think my sibling might have married Harvey in Stardew Valley, but I don't know. But who knows? Maybe that will change in the future. Hello, it's Tree Sprite, and today we are going to be coloring Harvey from Stardew Valley. If you're new here, I'm just missing Elliot and Leah, and then I'm gonna do 2 bonus characters, so we'll see. We'll see who those are. It's probably obvious if you played the games. I've honestly not been playing a lot of Stardew Valley lately. I've definitely gotten back into Pokemon very, very heavily. Not me buying 2 different Pokemon games in the same month that's also the different version of a game I already have. Also, not me buying a second 3DS this year. Listen, I can trade with myself now, and that's exciting. I have a video game problem. Hello, it's Tree Sprite, and today we are doing some line art of Krobus from Stardew Valley. He's kind of like a bonus bachelor. I kind of just ended up putting him with Sandy, because they both are kind of like extra characters on the fringes of society. This is not saying that they are together like the other Bachelors or Bachelorettes are. I just thought they would look nice together. Anyway, I really like Krobus. He's just a little guy. I was thinking about having a save through where he moves in with me, but then I realized he doesn't do anything like the other spouses do, so I just didn't really see a point to it. I think it would be fun if he did give you gifts like the other spouses do, but he's just your platonic roommate. But I'm very happy with how he turned out, even though he's a very simple character to draw. Hello, it's Tree Sprite, and today we are coloring Krobus from Stardew Valley. Instead of coloring this character just straight up black, I decided to layer some other colors on top. That way it looks a little bit nicer. And then I used some white to pick out some of the details again, because that's just how it is. I often wonder if Krobus lives in the sewers out of, like, a necessity for survival, because he's a friendly, monster, while others of his kind are not so friendly, and maybe they don't like that. I don't know. I mentioned with Sandy that she only has, like, 1 thing to her. Krobus has, like, 2. Krobus needs more heart events. Thanks for coming to my TED Talks. Hello, it's Tree Sprite, and today we are doing some line art of Leah from Stardew Valley. I do think she would also work well with most other characters. But I'm gonna say this in the Elliot video too, but I don't know how those two ever met, because they're always doing their own separate things as, like, artists and creatives. I just don't know if they have, like, a day they meet up or something. Because the other characters have, like, days they'll meet up in the same place or just hang out in the same place. But these two don't, so that's weird. Hello, it's Tree Sprite, and today we are coloring a picture of Leia from Stardew Valley. I'm sorry if I sound low on energy. I am tired from working all day, and I want to get some voiceovers out of the way. Okay. Since the game doesn't provide a way that these two ever meet, here is one of the ways I picture they could have met. I think it would be neat if they both were in the library, and they meet because they're both looking for the same reference material. Leia needs it for her art, and Elliot needs it for a writing scene. If that doesn't float your boat, I guess you can just picture them meeting at any of the town's festivals. I mean, that works, I guess. And here's the final picture. Hello, it is Tree Sprite, and today we are doing line art of Maru from Stardew Valley. If you're new here, I've done most of the Bachelors and Bachelorettes. My next one will be Harvey, but we're still missing Leia, Elliot, and potentially 2 more. We'll see. I ain't got a negative thing to say about Maru. I think she's cute, and honestly, you could pair her with any of the other Stardew Valley Bachelors or Bachelorettes. Besides her brother, that's weird. I think she has a really cute heart event with her telescope and looking at that with her. And just, yeah, I got nothing bad to say about her. Can ship her with almost all the characters. And I just decided to lean towards her canon design instead of giving her locks. That's just the choice. Hello, it's Tree Sprite, and today we are coloring Maru from Stardew Valley. I kind of wish I had just a tone darker for Maru, but I'm working with what I got. Just a little bit darker, but I don't have that. I still like how she came out, and I definitely added a little bit of colored pencil on top to kind of make it a little bit darker, but I don't know how successful that was. And I also messed up coloring in her overhauls, so I had to take a color splendor and try to blend that out a little bit. So that's fun. That's fine. I'm not sure what I'm going to do after I finish designing, coloring, or whatever in my style the Stardew Valley characters, because I'm just missing Elliot, Leia, and 2 other characters, and then we're done. So if you'd like to let me know stuff you'd like to see, let me know. Hello, it's Tree Sprite, and today we will be doing line art of Penny from Stardew Valley, because I decided I wanted to continue my series of drawing Stardew Valley Bachelors and Bachelorettes. Now, I've mentioned before that I've never married Sam before, because I just view him as my best bud, but I think I've married Penny once before, just for that strawberry bed. And I definitely can relate to Penny in some ways with, like, her relationship to her mother. But anyway, there are some other things that I also agree with that aren't okay. And those are mainly her cutscenes with George. You've probably heard of those arguments before, so I'm not gonna get into it. There's people that have spoke about it better than I can. But anyway, since I didn't do it last time, I'm adding the names, and then I'm going to be adding the date, and somewhere is my signature, somewhere. But thanks for watching. This is the final outcome for now. Hey, it's Tree Sprite, and today we will be coloring a picture of Penny from Stardew Valley. The only thing I decided to do differently this time is to add some colored pencils. And I'm not gonna lie, I like how the colored pencils added an effect to this drawing that wasn't there before. So maybe we'll be incorporating more colored pencils in the series, I don't know. It just depends on how I'm feeling, I guess. I talked in a previous video about how I've married Penny from Stardew Valley before, so we're not gonna talk about that again. But instead, I guess I could talk about how my perfection gameplay was going before I took a break. See, I've played this game so many times, and instead of completing it like I usually do, like a ton of different games, I just restart new farms over and over again because I like to make new layouts and things for this game. So that's why I decided that I wanted to do perfection gameplay, because I'd never done it before, and I'm kind of obsessive when I play games. I want to complete, like, every quest, every side quest, things like that. But hello, it's Tree Sprite, and today I decided I wanted to continue my series of drawing the Stardew Valley Bachelors and Bachelorettes. And today we will be doing line art of Sam from Stardew Valley. Now, for me, when I play Stardew Valley, I've not married Sam before, but my sibling Aaron does marry him very often. And for me, I just enjoy being best buds with Sam. But anyway, here he is. He's finished. Thank you for listening to me ramble. Bye-bye. Hey, it's Tree Sprite. Today we are going to be coloring a picture of Sam from Stardew Valley. I mentioned in my Penny video that I added colored pencils to these, and I like the effect, so we might be doing more of that. I also mentioned in my Penny video that I am a completionist when it comes to video games, and I gotta complete every side quest and every main adventure in a video game. But the thing is, I have been playing Stardew on the Switch for a number of years, and that game's like probably like 5 or 6 years in, and I've just been playing the same farm on my Switch. I did not realize how much of a grind it is to get money in this game for like the obelisks and stuff. So when starting a new completionist gameplay is like, wow, I gotta get so much money and so many resources because you need lots of kegs, and that requires like iron and copper, so you gotta mine a lot of iron and copper. And then on top of that, you got all the monster slaying quests, and I've completed like most of them in that game, and I forget how much of a grind it is until I like start a new gameplay, and it's like, oh, I want the monster runner ring, but I don't have it, so time to grind. Anyway, hello, it's Tree Sprite, and today we are doing some line art of Sandy from Stardew Valley. She's another extra character I decided to do just to kind of fill him out, because Krobus is an extra bachelor in a way. So I needed somebody to go with him, and she kind of lives on, like, the fringes of society like he does, so they kind of go together. I don't know. I can't really have that many thoughts or opinions about Sandy, because I don't think she has that many heart events or anything to do with her. She just gifts you things. Yeah, I had to check the wiki to be sure. She just gifts you things after you reach 7 hearts with her. So the only reason to reach max hearts with her is just for perfection. I think it would be interesting if she had an event where she hangs out with Emily at least. Hello, it is Tree Sprite, and today we are coloring Sandy from Stardew Valley. She is the bonus character that goes with Krobus, even though they're not together in any capacity. They're just characters that live on the outskirts, so they can kind of go together, even though they're not a couple or anything in any official capacity. I still don't understand what exactly Sandy is wearing in her portrait. I tried to just interpret how it looks into my art. So hopefully that's successful. I know she's wearing like this flowy shirt that turns into a dress, but other than that, that's all I understand. I kind of love it. She's an outsider who wears weird clothes. Anyway, tell me new things to draw after Stardew Valley. Hello and welcome back to another line art video. I am once again recording in my car, but I decided to add a Sebastian from Stardew Valley to the same page that I have that Abigail on. That way the page is all filled out and not super empty, I guess you could say. I very much get in the habit to where, like, I desire to cover the whole page in, like, a drawing instead of, like, wasting the rest of the space, but it's not really a waste, I don't know. But, I like how this Sebastian came out, and I can't wait to finish the both of them sometime soon, hopefully. Oh, and, if you ever see scratches on my hands, sometimes my cats play a little too aggressively, but once they scratch me, I stop playing with them, that's all it is. But thanks for watching! Hello, it's Tree Sprite, and welcome back to another coloring video. Today we are coloring a picture I made of Sebastian from Stardew Valley. I mentioned briefly in a previous video that some of my markers are running out of ink, so that's why I started off with a base of gray, and then just took a black colored pencil on top and then continued with my markers. And I've got to say, I don't mind the effect. I think it came out pretty nice, even though I would have liked it to all be marker. But it also kind of gives it an interesting effect, and I might explore that further in the future. It mostly comes off as like a texture thing, and that's what I find so interesting about it. Anyway, I didn't actually talk much about Stardew Valley this time, my bad, but I did talk about the drawing a lot this time at least. Usually I'm just rambling into the void. But I hope you enjoyed listening to me ramble into the void again, and I'll see you next time. Hello, it's Tree Sprite, and today we are doing line art of Shane from Stardew Valley. I'm not going to lie, I love Shane. Me, a depressed person, also liking a depressed character that's very relatable. Couldn't be me, I don't know. I marry Shane all the time in Stardew Valley. I just think he's neat. A lot of people are like, you just like Shane because you want to fix him. No, he's just like me. He's just like me. He's just like me, but he likes chickens. And I don't drink. And I know how I said in my fairy video that I need to practice drawing more men. This isn't exactly what I meant. I meant I need to draw more full bodies of men. But I do like how this came out, so I'm not gonna argue. I don't really draw men with a lot of facial stubble. I'm used to drawing like very emo men or like, you know, from the 2000s. Like that's where I started off drawing men, is like emo boys in 2000s. So this is quite different for me. But thanks for watching. Hey, it's Street Sprite, and today we are coloring a picture of Shane from Stardew Valley. Last time I mentioned he's my favorite because he's just like me. He's obsessed with chickens, and lately I'm obsessed with my cat because she's such a sweetie. He's depressed, I'm depressed. Anyway, that's enough of that. Anyway, last time in other videos I mentioned before that I have started running out a few of my markers. So that's why I've been layering on top with like colored pencils and stuff like that, just because it's easier. I don't know. And I'm still in the search to make the transition from Ohuhus to Copic markers. It's a difficult search. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie that right now, the cheapest place to buy them is Amazon, because they've got a 39% off sale. So I'm considering it, even though they're super expensive, and it's going to hurt me. But at least with Copics you can buy refills, and with Ohuhus you can't buy refills for like every marker they have. We'll keep investigating though. There's more websites than just like the main art retailers, you know. There's more websites, is all I'm saying. But this is how the finished picture of Shane come out. I hope you enjoyed listening to me ramble endlessly.